Wiener Dog Joe. That is our show. Wiener Dog Joe. That is our show. Wiener Dog Joe. Coming to you live at the break of dawn. Oh, gotta have a sip of my coffee here. We're back, man. It's been like so long. It feels like it's been so long since we did one of these.
A lot of life's been happening in between then and now, you know. But
yeah,
it's gonna be back in the studio. It's gonna be back in the studio.
We're back.
Nice
Wiener Dog Studios.
Yep, hot cup of Wiener Dog Joe.
Hot cup of Wiener Dog Joe and the bun in the morning. Episode 40, baby.
Woo! The big 4-0. We are officially middle-aged, and we are happy to be here.
10 more to 50. We'll have to figure out some like rad thing to do for that. I don't know what we'll do.
We've been talking about it enough. At this point, we better do something big. I think the listeners have high expectations.
Yeah, seriously. Well, we are here in any case, coming to you live from Wiener Dog Studios at the break of dawn, as you expect, and telling you the things that you need to know because you need to know them. I am Jammo Risin, and with me, as always, is the all-time Latka legend, Pibbles McFish. My gahugga-fugga, my amigo, how are you?
Just feeling like a lack of fish over here, you know?
A nice lack of fish. What is gahugga-fugga? You're a Jew, you know this.
Gahugga-fugga is a fictional dish created by the writers of South Park, Matt Stone and Trey Parker, in one of their episodes.
Correct. That is
Trivia
correct,
for the day.
Unfortunately.
But it's
I was hoping you could like
parody of some Jewish-sounding food.
Yeah, what would be the closest analog to gahugga-fugga? And what does it contain?
Gahugga-fugga sounds like some kind of disgusting rework of gefilte fish that's somehow worse than gefilte fish already is. I don't know. If anybody's got an idea of how you could make gefilte fish somehow worse than it already is, please link it in the comments, and then we will, create the gahugga-fugga.
Oh yeah, we could have like a recipe contest, like invent a recipe for gahugga-fugga,
yes,
and leave it in the comments below with $5. That's our processing fee.
100%.
Well, if you're gonna comment, you have to leave $5.
I mean, standard processing fee. We don't pocket that. It goes.
It's how it works. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, man, what's been up in your life? You got anything going on?
Yeah, on the way over here this morning, definitely seeing the Super Bowl hype here in Los Angeles. Tomorrow Sunday. Sunday is the big day.
Is it this Sunday?
It is this Sunday.
Coming up?
This is
my
Super
God,
Bowl Sunday.
I don't know anything about sports or football.
It feels like Super Bowl Sunday is a bigger holiday here in the U.S. than like New Year's or Christmas. It's kind of crazy. It's like all the stands set up selling the flags. Everyone's got, this decals and the flags on their trucks and everything.
Yeah, but I don't go out. I come to the studio to do this with you, and then I do my other shows from my swanky pad in the LA Valley.
Swankiest.
And then that's like it, I don't go out.
Yeah, so Super Bowl fever is in a high pitch here. I've heard there's going to be some crazy traffic events, potential protests even going on. So
a high pitch. I like the sound of a high pitch. It's just like
pitch.
Super Bowl.
So Sunday, avoid driving around Los Angeles if you can on Sunday, and instead just come hang out with us here in the studio.
Dude, no, don't come here. We will not let you in. You are all diseased. We love you, but you're all diseased.
You're all diseased.
And also, it's always a bad time to drive in LA. Come on.
This is fair.
It's never a good time.
I'm not even sure the added traffic from the Super Bowl is going to be felt, if I'm being honest.
No. Yeah. Well.
And but I'm doing well over here, and I wanted to give a shout out, a rest in peace to
a rip.
Yeah, to Ye Old Fighting Cocks pub in St. Albans, England. It is the oldest pub in England. It was opened in the year 793, and they have closed their doors this month finally. Due to financial problems and COVID and everything stacking up, and I think that's recognizable. I think that's.
Had you been there, or how did you just read this?
I have not been there. I have been in England to pubs myself in Manchester and the surrounding areas.
Well, lottie frickin' da, Mr. Hoity-toity.
I did not go to the Old Fighting Cocks pub in St. Albans, but I read about it and when I saw it, it felt very familiar to me, and I wanted to give a rest in peace
Did you get any Cornish pasties from Greg's?
All the pasties. I brought them home. I've still got them frozen in my freezer.
Oh my God! How you haven't told me this?
I
need to come over and
have some pasties and latkes.
have a little pasty and latke marathon. Yeah. Oh my God! Now I'm all hungry and excited.
So that's what's been on my mind this morning. But I think it's time to talk about what's going on in the world. What do you think?
Is it?
What do you think,
okay.
Jammo?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the world is closing its boundaries these days. War looms, threatening to engulf Europe. Russia and China continue to terrify the world by cementing their alliance of doom. But, more importantly, and this is big news, we have installed a cappuccino machine. That's right. It has room for 101 flavors. I've filled up a small portion of this flavor allotment, and I'm going to run these by you.
101.
We haven't unveiled this to you. We've kept it a secret.
All right. I'm excited to drink some cappuccinos.
Yeah, so we've got some classic flavors. We've got like vanilla, pumpkin spice, honey pancake surprise. I don't know how classic that one is, but it sounded nice.
I wonder what the surprise is.
Oh, probably how good it tastes. Okay. And there's like 10 of those, but there are also some experimental flavors that I had added. So, to wit, number 1, chicken and waffles.
Sounds really good, actually. Chicken waffles cappuccino.
Chicken and waffles
everything
cappuccino?
You want in the morning. Give it to me. Yeah, I'll taste that.
Yeah, right.
Run it.
Okay.
Where's
Hickory
Swaggy
Campfire.
V? We need Swaggy V to run these.
Oh, he's somewhere. I'll tell you about him in a minute.
All right. Hickory Campfire.
So we got Hickory Campfire. Yes, that is the next one.
A nice smoky
cappuccino.
Not sure on that one.
Not sure about that one?
I think I'll pass, but give me 2 chicken waffles instead.
What about this one? Okay. This one's a little bit even more like left field. Truffle linguine.
Oh God. Why did you make that flavor of cappuccino?
That sounds amazing. You kidding me? You know you love a good truffle linguine.
Cappuccino,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No? Not on that
What's
one?
The next one?
The next one is palinka.
Yeah!
It's not just flavor. It actually infuses palinka into your beverage.
My favorite.
If the listeners don't know about palinka, it is an anise liquor that the people of Hungarian regions tend to like. And Mr. Pibbles McFish got absolutely sauced on it when we were in this tiny Hungarian village, and you got destroyed.
I did. It's a very fruity drink, and I underestimated its strength and drank way too much of it, and I have a very weak tolerance when it comes to alcohol.
Did you get a headache if you have like a beer?
Yeah, literally.
And you had like 4 double shots in the span of like an hour.
And
like,
that
another one.
And that was a night we had not yet arranged a place to stay. So I was shit-faced, and then we had to try to find a place to stay in this tiny town that really didn't have a lot of lodging at all. Do you remember we went up the hill? There was a hotel on the map, and we went up to the hotel, hiked up this like town that was on this hill to get to this hotel, and the hotel was not built yet. It was like
it was on the map.
Right, they had broken ground construction, but it was not even close to being built yet. But it was on the Google Maps already.
Skeleton.
Pretty funny. It's pretty funny. We're like, oh shit, well, it worked out in the end. Yeah. We found a place. One of the locals took pity on us and found us a place to stay, if I remember correctly.
The one person in town who spoke English, I got her to we figured it out. But
fun
continuing our flavor odyssey here, I have bloomin' onion, complete with some greasy crunch.
Yeah. Give me also a fresh whole bloomin' onion on top of that, and it'll soak up the cappuccino juices, and it'll be so disgusting.
They just slurp it down.
Yeah. It's like when you put marshmallows in your hot chocolate, you put a little bloomin' onion in your cappuccino.
Right.
Same thing.
And then just for you, I thought about you when I was concocting flavors.
Yeah.
I got peanut butter rice cake. I know you love a peanut butter rice cake.
One of my favorite snacks. One of my favorite snacks. I'll probably have one of those after the show this morning, actually.
Knowing you, probably in the middle.
That sounds amazing. I'm sure rice cake really adds a lot of flavor, but I like the idea of the peanut butter. I mean,
they're just peanut butter with little bits of rice
crispy,
cake in it.
Yeah, that would actually be delicious. That would actually be a delicious flavor of cappuccino.
But so there's room for new flavors. So we could workshop a few more that you might like, and we'll get our drinks technician here at Wiener Dog Studios to whip them up.
Right, drinks tech. Yeah, well, could we do like how about like a peppermint vodka one? Could we get one of those?
Peppermint vodka.
Yeah, peppermint vodka.
I mean,
cappuccino.
Hurricane Tim Allen has finally gone, so we do have we are able to restock our booze. My coffee is nice and Irish this morning.
That sounds amazing.
No threat of Hurricane Tim Allen coming around and slurping it up.
Yeah, and then my left field one. Can we do like a watermelon lime cappuccino?
Watermelon lime. Yeah. That actually sounds pretty good.
Sounds like it might be alright. It might be terrible.
Maybe in the afternoon. Maybe that's your afternoon cappuccino when it's hot out.
I got one. Shrimp cocktail cappuccino.
Shrimp tail. What do you actually have? Like the shrimp coming out of it?
Yeah. Yep. Cold shrimp cocktail.
That sounds awful. I'm not gonna lie. I can't even joke about that one. I can't even joke and say that sounds even mildly acceptable. This sounds horrific.
Oh, God.
Oh, well, speaking of this, another amazing item of news, and this is not a joke. This is seriously not a joke.
Okay.
Friend of the show, Adamus Meyerson, listened to our last episode where we concocted meads that he could make.
Adamus.
And he
Meyerson's
is going
meads.
to make us, Adamus Meyerson's meads. Mm-hmm. He's going to make us a gallon of Cheeto mead. He's going to attempt this. No, this is true. Yeah.
I love it.
I've waited until we're live on the air to share this with you.
I'm in love with this idea, and knowing Adamus, he will actually do it. I wonder how
he will try.
A gallon though, that's a lot of mead. We're expected to drink a gallon of this Cheeto mead.
I mean, I'm expecting you to while I watch.
Mix it with some Palinka, delish.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
mix it with some of the cappuccino flavors, maybe. I don't know.
Suffuse it into some cappuccinos. Yeah.
Wow.
So, use it as the blueprint.
Is it gonna go straight orange Cheetos or Flamin' Hot or Chili Lemon? What do you think?
I don't know. What do you think? Flamin' Hot, maybe?
I don't know. I think that straight original, the cheesy ones, would probably be the way to go. Go with classic Cheeto. If you're gonna do a Cheeto flavored something, I say go classic Cheeto flavor with it. Personally, Flamin' Hot mead. Oof, my tummy. The idea of Flamin' Hot mead.
There is the worry that the Cheetos will mess with the yeast or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what the process is, but in any event, I applaud Adamus Meyerson for doing this.
Yeah,
it's
he'll
me
probably
clapping.
just use the cheese powder or something. I don't know. We'll see. Well,
I don't know.
I'm looking
We'll
forward to trying it. Big shout out again to Adamus Meyerson's Meads. Thank you for supporting the show and being a part of us here.
Yeah, he's free to comment without the $5 because he's a good friend of mine.
Indeed,
so,
and he gives us gallons of Cheeto mead. So.
He does. I've also got another news story here. This is real quick, but I thought it was funny.
All right.
Ohio man upset over Okay. Ohio man upset over Canada's mask mandates sends bomb threat to the wrong Ottawa. So, he is 20 years old. He called in a bomb threat so Canadian police would waste their time chasing it, but he called Ottawa, Ohio instead of Ottawa, Canada.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me, given the general...
Dude, does anything surprise you anymore? Can anything surprise you in this world? Maybe if the aliens were like, hello, that would surprise me.
Right.
I don't know about people though.
But I mean, they held, didn't they? Yeah, Rudy Giuliani or whoever held a press conference at a gravel company or landscaping company because they thought it was the Four Seasons Hotel. The level of intelligence of these people, I'm not surprised.
And that was a legitimate political rally. This is just some guy, but it's the same thing pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Humans are weird. Humans are weird. That's a good
story, though. It's funny. I'm glad that they're, people shooting themselves in the foot. It's always funny to laugh at a little bit.
As long as it's not hurting anybody.
Exactly. Yeah. In this case, it's helping people.
If this guy wants to send us a bomb threat, it's Wiener Dog Studios in Afghanistan. So, that's where we're at.
That's where we're at. Hit us with the bomb threats.
If you want to send us a bomb threat, that's where you go.
Jesus Christ.
You got anything for the news?
Gonna transition from that now, huh?
You got the news?
Yeah, all right.
Should I redo that? If you want to send us a bomb threat, send it to Wiener Dog Studios in New Jersey.
New Jersey. What was the street again? There were two. The same street.
It's 325 Wiener Dog Avenue.
Wiener Dog Avenue.
Letterchester and San Pablo.
Right, we bought the street, renamed it.
Yeah.
They actually named it after us. The mayor did that.
Dude, we're the most popular morning show in the world.
The mayors.
I mean, I don't know why you think this is strange.
It's not.
I'm
not surprised.
Exactly.
I'm very monotoned about it and
God.
unfazed.
Jesus.
All right. On to some animal news. Let's start off with some animal news.
Oh, fluffy animal news. I hope it has jackrabbits.
All right.
Or wiener dogs.
A zoo.
I'm excited.
A zoo called the Trentham Monkey Forest in Stafford,
Oh my
England.
God, I want to go there already. Monkey Forest?
The Monkey Forest. Yeah, very cute pictures here of the monkeys.
It might be terrifying though. Monkeys can be brutal.
Well, this is a smallish town, I believe, Stafford. It's near Manchester. And they hired a Marvin Gaye impersonator. This is real. They hired a Marvin Gaye impersonator to come in and sing Marvin Gaye songs, including Let's Get It On and Sexual Healing.
Let's Get It On.
Sing it to the monkeys. And I quote here, "We thought it could be a creative way to encourage our females to show a little affection to males that might not have been so lucky in love." That's from the park director. So basically we haven't found out yet whether they said that they're gonna wait. They've got to wait until the end of the mating season to see if this worked or it had a difference. But yeah, it's hilarious. It's great.
I got to know if that actually increased the breeding percentage or however you phrase that. I don't know. Increased the hanky panky quotient. Maybe that's. I love the technical term.
Show a little affection to the males that might not have been so lucky in love. Like the just swooning of Marvin Gaye's beautiful songs and lyrics are gonna just take over these female monkeys.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I need to do, because I'm single. Maybe I just need to walk around with a Marvin Gaye impersonator behind me, just going, "Let's get it on."
Yeah, 100%. Do that.
Can't get enough for your love, babe. That's not Marvin Gaye. Who's that? Who's that one? Can't get enough for your love, babe.
I don't know. We need Swanky V to look it up. But he's up in the balloon, unfortunately.
That's right. So we have not told people about this, but in weather news, our weather balloon, we have the Wiener Dog Studios weather balloon that we've kind of commissioned to be built and activated because the traffic in LA is crazy. And it's basically a way for us to send out our interns to collect our groceries. So our intern, young Swaggy V, young Volmer, he's off to Wisconsin at the moment to procure some delicious cheeses for the studio pantry. Once again, luckily for him, Hurricane Tim Allen has dissipated. Otherwise, it could be a rocky ride. But
he doesn't have any alcohol up there, luckily, so Tim Allen should leave him alone regardless, right?
Yeah, yes. Young Volmer does not drink, so he'll be all right. But when he's back, he will be our research monkey. He'll be here on the show. You'll hear his little voice, his sweet little voice, researching things for us.
Very excited for young Volmer to join us when he gets back from his balloon journey.
Yeah. It'll happen.
Well, I vote for that. I think you should hire the Marvin Gaye impersonator. Bring him around, on the bus. Bring him around when you're riding bike, tandem bike. You and the Marvin Gaye impersonator riding through the park. You'd pick up all the ladies.
Oh, can I use the budget for the show to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
We could film it, see if it works.
I can think of
do a documentary.
I can think of no better investment as far as our show's budget than that.
No, we definitely don't need to get you a new microphone or anything. It definitely has to be.
No, it's that, and
Marvin Gaye.
At the end of the day, you get Bill Cosby to pop out of the Jello pudding.
Oh, let's not bring that back. God. So there's big news in the sports world, by the way.
Sports. All right, let's talk about some sports.
Big news. Tom Brady, who is a big football guy, has retired.
He's gone.
He was most recently playing for one team or another, I assume. If you care about football, this is probably big news. But since I don't, that's the end of the sports.
F's in the chat for Tom Brady's career.
Sports. Well, I don't know. F in the chat for football. I guess people liked him. I don't know.
Well,
I'm sure if you liked his team, I know he's a big guy. I've heard his name. If I've heard his name, then he's a big guy.
Oh, he's a big guy, definitely. I'm not a football fan, but I know who he is. He's a big guy. In medical news, a doctor, a French surgeon to be specific, was trying to sell the X-rays of a terrorist attack victim as NFTs online. This brings my hatred for NFTs to a whole new level, let me tell you.
Let me re-Irish my coffee to get through this thought.
Oh god! Luckily, he's facing legal action. Thank God. But oh my goodness! Like what? I don't even understand the appeal of these NFTs. But then this is like, if you could start selling these things as NFTs or stuff like this, where does it end?
How much to like buy an NFT of your latest colonoscopy? That's what I want to know.
Right? I know. Talk about like privacy standards.
It's non-funkable, bro. Nobody can recreate it except very easily.
If you just right-click it and copy and paste it.
I don't know. I don't even want to go.
Well, that's that story.
NFTs? No.
In a more funny news here.
Okay.
These billboards.
Bring my spirits up.
Right. Billboards have been popping up across the U.S. in different major cities.
Okay.
Which are passive-aggressive, like, jabs, basically roasts, by the state of Ohio. And
they're
trying to get people to move to Ohio. So a couple of my favorites are they're bright orange billboards with white letters, right? One in Seattle says, "Live where you can actually save for a rainy day," and it says Ohio on the side. And then my other one, go ahead.
I mean, that's not the worst pitch these days, honestly.
I know.
like, you won't be broke living here. That sounds kind of good.
Ohio.
Have you been to Ohio?
I have not.
The last time I was in Ohio, I was like 15, and I was like with my family, so I can't really speak to the culture.
What were your family doing in Ohio? Why?
My cousins there.
Ah, Ohioan cousins, classic.
Yeah, I visited them at their university and like drank beer with them and stuff.
Another one I thought was pretty good was keep Austin weird, like very high cost of living weird. So so whoever wrote these kind of nailed it, but I think they're great.
There's that whole exodus to Austin, Texas with like Joe Rogan and all those guys. And in his program, he has like Austin, Texas or bust in the background. And I'm not saying anything pro or against Joe Rogan. I'm just saying like that's a thing, you know? Leading the charge out to Austin, Texas.
Maybe we should send all of them to Ohio instead.
I don't know if anyone's sending anybody, but you're just like
maybe they'll get to Austin and they'll read the billboard and they'll be like, you know what? They're kind of right. Let's go to Ohio.
I think people have to decide for themselves. I don't know if you can send them, but yeah, maybe we could do it. We could do our own counter campaign. Hey, Ohio, we'll say whatever the hell you want if you pay us. Yeah,
there you go.
We'll get the word out.
Yeah, please, Ohio, if you would leave in the comments, just tell us what you want us to say and leave some money.
No, don't leave a comment because that would spoil the whole thing. Email us. Our email is down below. You can figure it out. It's wienerdog something at something.
I mean, you're
forget.
The state of Ohio. I think you'll figure it out.
Yeah, indeed. Are we done with the news?
That's all I got. All
right.
For the news.
That's a lot of news. That's a lot of news today, man. A lot of personal news, a lot of animal news, a lot
going on these days.
Hot news.
It's been a while since we got together and did one of these.
It's true. Yeah. But we're here at the Break It On today.
Breaking it down at the Break It Dawn. All right. Well, what's next? Jammo?
Yes. We have a new segment. You and I are going to craft a story live on the interweb.
Okay.
Yeah. Short sentences only. And we pass the buck back and forth, and we'll see where it goes. Because, like, this is what I was thinking, right? As the world's premier morning show, we prize fun and creativity. Not NFTs, but fun and creativity. Those are good things which we enjoy. And indeed. I was also, to preface this whole thing, the inspiration for this segment comes from a memory that I hold very dear. We joke around a lot on this show, but this is true. Although once you hear it, it really won't seem that far-fetched, I don't think. But in 2015, you and I were on a backpacking trip through Europe. And among many other countries and locations, we were in the ruins of Pompeii.
I remember it fondly.
We detached from our tour group in order to smoke hash in the ruins of a domicile.
Remember it fondly.
And yes, and having partaken of said hashishim, we explored the town and began to really loudly spin a tale. I think it was more like pontificating more than speaking. And I don't know, what was it about? The legend of a banana wizard, I believe, and the great plantain that was the legendary like Yggdrasil.
The banana wizard and the great plantain tree.
Yeah. I'm sure the people around us had no idea that we were high as clouds. I'm sure that never crossed their mind.
Nah.
But yeah, that's the story that prompted this spicy new segment. So,
Okay.
Are you ready?
Well, are we picking like a sort of theme or direction, or are we just purely just going on
I
this?
think for this first one, we'll just go for it. I have the first sentence.
Okay.
And I know it's difficult, but try not to let it devolve into sex jokes for at least 1 minute.
Let's see if we can accomplish that goal.
Especially when you hear my intro.
Oh, God. All right.
Okay.
Well, here we go.
One morning, Jim awoke in a green hotel with a strange creature groaning beside him.
That's a fantastic intro.
Yeah.
Jim has awoken in a green hotel.
With a strange creature groaning beside him.
Strange creature groaning beside him. Jim immediately sits upright and looks to his left, his eyes adjusting to the dim light of the morning.
He walked over and opened the blinds.
The light blinded him, and everything was white.
He looked back to the strange creature.
And he took one step towards it.
What was it, Jim wondered? What could it be?
He felt something wet beneath his foot at that moment.
He looked down and saw a puddle of brown.
Deep, dark brown, almost red.
What could it be? Could it be blood?
He reached down closer to take a look.
He sniffed the puddle. Why, you wouldn't sniff it?
That's just the image.
Are you here? I think my colleague is having a moment.
He sniffed it. And it smelled like...
Oh, is that it?
I'm passing it.
What?
I'm passing it.
Parsnip?
And it smelled like...
Come on, make it snappy. Jesus.
I'm passing it. That's my sentence.
It smelled like what?
That's it. I'm leaving it to you.
Oh,
I'm passing it.
That's not a full sentence. I don't know. I'm sitting here like waiting. Cliffhanger.
Okay. All right. He smelled it, and he also touched it.
It had a strange consistency.
Goopy. It stuck beneath his fingernails.
But Jim then looked up and decided to focus his attention on the creature instead of this puddle.
There are puddles like these in almost every hotel room in this city anyways.
But back to the creature, said Jim's attention. What was it?
His eyes gazing forward, he moved a little bit closer to the creature.
It was some sort of Kafka-esque monstrosity.
At this point, he could see that it had scratched the wallpaper off a bit.
It looked barely human, more like a slug with human flesh.
Writhing and moaning as it turned over.
Jim wondered what had gone on the night before.
The face, now clear, looking at him, not human.
But full of love.
Love, not love, lust.
This is where Jim exited the room before things could turn dark.
Jim decided he was going to leave that creature alone and deal with it later.
The creature was terrifying indeed. Sir Jim went to get donuts.
Jim walked down the hall of the corridor of his hotel.
And he heard a strange sound.
He put his ear up against one of the adjacent doors, number 32.
It sounded like a murder of crows.
A man inside, killing crows one by one.
Jim thought to himself, is that what a murder of crows meant? He wasn't sure.
The irony not lost on him. He thought, should I break down the door? Should I call the police?
He decided to get donuts instead.
Let this man and his crows be.
Jim was clearly demented from having awoken next to some sort of alien creature.
What's going on today, he thought. Alien creatures. Murderous crows.
It was then that the world flickered.
The world itself, not the lights.
Everything in vision and sound and feel flickered, as if a light switch had gone off and then on.
Just for a quick moment. And then Jim, almost lost, opened his eyes.
He was no longer in the corridors of the hotel.
Nor could he hear the man destroying the crows.
In fact, he heard nothing at all, and he found himself in a white room.
A white room which he could not tell the size.
For everything was white. It appeared to have no corners.
He called out to see if there was any echo.
But there was none.
Jim tried to make sense of the situation, began spinning in circles, but could not see.
It was then that a door opened.
And a man with a large white beard walked through.
"Hello," he said. "I am God."
Also known as Colonel Sanders.
"Would you like some chicken?"
Jim looked up, perplexed. Chicken?
"That's right," Colonel Sanders said. "Chicken."
Jim, looking down, remembered he was still holding his cup of chicken and waffle-flavored cappuccino.
And that was the moment where he realized, I'm on acid. And really, I'm just here to program the cappuccino machine.
He offered the idea to the Colonel. Sell my chicken waffle cappuccino at your chain.
That's right. And Wiener Dog Studios will reap the benefits. And that's where we end. I'm not exactly sure if that had the narrative arc I was hoping for, but that's fun.
I think it was great.
I enjoyed it.
It was great.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Tied back to the
Good
chicken
story.
and waffles. Yeah. I think it had a lot of important themes that resonate.
You know, a lot of the modern issues, hot point issues, were touched on there in, I think, a really delicate way. And I think the more discerning and mature audience members will really appreciate the subtlety and complexity there in those themes.
Yeah, we'll probably hone it in next time if we do it again. We'll see. Try to
let
do
us know in
something.
the comments if you'd like us to do another story like that. We'd be happy to oblige.
Yeah, you could even suggest a prompt. You know, leave $5, a prompt, and a direction you want it to go. I think that could really hone it in, because without structure, Mr. Pibbles and I tend to go on just absolute bonkers rants.
It's true. We turned it into a white void acid trip where God was Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that tracks.
That's a thing.
That tracks for us.
Sounds about right.
Well,
oh gosh.
So I heard in the grapevine that you had a mystery for me.
I do. Well, I've got something a little different. I want to twist it on its head this time because a few episodes back, if our listeners will remember, you had asked me about the Dyatlov Pass incident.
So was that the one where all the people ran out screaming and one guy had burn marks? Can you set it up for me again?
Yes. So basically, the details of the story, to remind you and our listeners, is a group of very experienced hikers went out into the Russian wilderness, and at some point during their expedition, during the night, they were forced to cut their way out of their tents.
That's right.
Were then found later, I think a couple weeks later, all of them dead in different but sort of gruesome and mystifying ways. One of them had died of hypothermia partway between the camp and partway downhill from the camp.
Kim Popsicle.
A group of them had died from being crushed a bit further ways down the hill from the camp. And they had, and other just horrible, blunt injuries. Some of them had torn skin and clothing. One of them was missing a fingertip that had been bitten off.
Okay, yeah, all right. This is coming back to me now.
And many of them had radiation levels.
That's right. There was the radiation thing. Yeah.
One of the last photos from one of the hikers is a blurred photo of a black silhouette. Could be another hiker, but it's definitely a strange and kind of disturbing picture when you know that that's the last picture he took.
And you decided that the cause of this was Godzilla.
Godzilla, right. I was thinking the slash marks, the ripped clothes, the bit off the finger, the radiation, and many of them also had burns. That's right. You talked about, or a few of them had burns, deep burns as well. Yeah. So recently, the government actually reopened an investigation in 2019
the Russian government
with an explanation. Was it in Russia?
I believe
Dyatlov
so.
Pass? So we need Swanky V to look these kind of things up for us.
Well, anyway, go ahead.
Dyatlov Pass.
I'm on the edge of my seat. I want to know what it was.
So it's a multi-step explanation.
Okay.
But basically, here's what happened.
Okay.
The party decided to pitch the tent, and I'm basically just going to read this, and I'm going to skip sections and paraphrase it.
Okay.
The party decided to pitch the tent in the wind shadow of a peak. And when they dug in, they were digging into a wind slab, an accumulation of hard snow. And basically, when they dug in to set their tents, it caused an avalanche. Now, avalanche of snow of that density is incredibly heavy. So a slab fell onto their tents, and it would have been like 1,000+ pound slab of snow. So they cut their way out of their tents, and they were not able to access their bags to put on any of their warm clothes.
Okay.
So perhaps some of them were crushed initially, perhaps not, but they cut their way out of their tent.
Sounds
right?
like a bad way to wake up. Yeah.
Right. They were going down, and basically that would have been buried, and then a few weeks later would not have been detectable that it had happened. You know, like all the evidence of that type of avalanche would have been covered because of the density of that snow.
Got it.
Anyways, they caused that avalanche. They had to cut their way out of their tents in the middle of the night. They made their way downhill towards a tree where they tried to make fire. So one of them climbed up into the tree to break off branches, and that tore his clothing up. So that explains the shredded clothing. He was climbing into the tree to break off branches for the fire.
Okay.
But the fire wasn't warm enough. So one of them tried to make his way back uphill to the camp to see if he could lay in.
Wow, this is a really detailed explanation.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But he died on the way back up. So that's the one guy who died in between. The other 3 down at the fire, they were getting so close to the fire with their hands that they wound up burning their skin. And the one guy bit off his own finger when he was testing for hypothermia.
Oh my lord. What about the radiation?
That's something, well, that's actually the easiest thing to explain. I'll get to that last.
Okay.
But the bite is something I really thought was interesting because that's something only a pretty experienced survivalist would think of. I would never think, I got to test for hypothermia. I better bite my finger and see what it feels like. And then he's so cold, his jaw is numb, his fingers numb, so he bit right through.
Oh, god damn. Oh, fuck that. Oh, Jesus.
Then those remaining 3, right, those remaining 3 realized the fire wasn't going to keep them alive, so they dug into the snow to create a snow cave. Mm-hmm. Another brilliant, smart survivalist move. They took all the right steps. They were clearly thinking logically if you lay it out this way. And the fact that they were super experienced outdoors people. So they dug in, but unluckily they dug right above a frozen riverbed, which didn't support them from below. And so the snow fell on top of them and crushed them.
Oh
and that's
my god!
This
is such a chain of.
This is so unlucky.
Yeah.
So unlucky that they did that. And then the radiation is simply because the lanterns that were used by outdoors people back then, the one long burning lanterns, had radiation that they emitted, and so people who were around those things as a hobby would have just gotten sort of irradiated over time. So that's a simple explanation for that. We're just not familiar with that technology anymore because we have lanterns that are not radioactive nowadays, luckily.
So it wasn't Godzilla or E.T. or anything like that.
So pretty interesting. It really does all make sense,
Here's the thing, though. Do you think that that's just a cover from the Russian government for something far more nefarious?
I mean, Godzilla? They got the Godzilla research
going? Not Godzilla. Never Godzilla. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe the X-Men were out there fighting the Magneto, and I don't know, one of Cyclops' blasts went errant. Fried a couple people. I don't know.
That seems like not it.
What do you mean? It's a completely logical explanation.
And then the government had to cover that up for some reason.
Yeah, Professor X wiped everyone's memory related. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you submit that to the government of Russia?
Yeah.
We
got a letter.
Right.
It's from some moron.
Stupid
Americans, I swear. Yeah.
Well, that's the mystery. That's what I got for the mystery segment. So I thought that was interesting to talk about. We've actually got a little bit of an explanation on something that we talked about recently.
Yeah.
And, I hope that gives our listeners a little bit of peace of mind knowing what happened to those poor hikers.
I know everybody was waiting with bated breath for an explanation on that. So
I'm sure.
That was from episode 37, the famous episode 37. So
Famous.
Do you want to move on to our entertainment segment for the day?
Oh, I would like to do the entertainment segment after I take a short break to use the potty.
Okay, we shall return.
And I have returned.
All right, fantastic. I'm here. I have returned as well.
Beautiful. Oh, did we both go at the same time?
We did.
That's so cute. I suppose we know that because we're in the same studio.
Well, I went outside.
Yeah, right. So you waited till I got up.
Yeah, well, we just went out the window. That's why I was super quick.
Well, today I got a fun thing I want to talk about.
All right.
I want to share with you and our listeners a letter.
Okay, it's not just for me. We have to share with them too.
Well, I mean, they're here.
What if I wanted for me? What if I just wanted for me?
I guess, okay, plug your ears. Plug your
ears.
Just for Jammo. So this is a letter from Neil Cassidy.
Oh.
Neil Cassidy, yeah, for those of you who don't know, is a sort of legendary figure in a period of American history. He's a legendary sort of driver. Basically, he's the star of the hero of the famous book On the Road by Jack Kerouac, where him and Jack spent years driving around this massive triangle between California, Mexico, and New York.
Denver. They went to Denver a lot too.
Indeed, many places in between. And then Neil was one of the few people who really successfully made the transition from the beat scene into the hippie scene. And he also drove the Further bus. And the Further bus was a sort of legendary school bus, crazy hippie decorated school bus that would basically transport hippies and like VIP Grateful Dead related people between the Grateful Dead shows across the US. And it's this kind of crazy thing. So Neil Cassidy was the driver also of the Further bus. So legendary driver of the great American mythos.
Yeah, he's a wild man back in the day, back in those druggy days.
A wild man. The stories of Neil go on and on. We will not get into that now, but what I want to read to you is a letter from Neil Cassidy to none other than legendary poet
Jack Kerouac?
Ginsberg.
Okay.
Ginsberg. March 6, 1947.
Okay, this is interesting. This is totally out of left field. All right, go hit me with it.
Dear Alan, it has just occurred to me the thing I lack is the address. No, just the names of the publishers. Not only the New York ones, but also the Horizon in London and any other ones you know. While you're at it, please send me the names of magazines such as New Directions, etc. that I might dig. However, the primary purpose of this missive is an urgent request.
Urgent.
That you go around the corner to where your tailor is and procure for me my only pair of trousers that are any good.
Okay.
Now, as for the address, send the publishers and magazine information immediately if you please. Send that on to me addressed thus. Neil Cassidy, care of General Delivery, Denver, Colorado. As for the trousers,
okay,
send them parcel post at the General Post Office 33rd and 8th Avenue to me at an address I shall send on to you tomorrow. Understand? I am only writing this to you now here in Kansas City because of the sense of urgency and rush which I feel, rather than waiting until I arrive in Denver. I'm quite sorry, but the bus is leaving and I must rush. In fact, the entire letter is written in rush. Don't fail me now. Send the letter immediately and get the pants out so you can send them tomorrow when I send you my address.
Okay.
Sincerely now, I really mean this. Love and kisses, Neil.
He
PS,
really wants to make sure he gets those trousers.
He really needs his good pants.
To the point where he doesn't even know where you're sending it yet, and he will get it to you tomorrow, the address, but you have to get them today. Just to make absolutely sure.
Go today and get the pants, and then tomorrow I'll send you. It's great. And the only person who can get him these pants is Alan freaking Ginsberg.
Yeah. Well, he's a trusted friend and lover, so, you know.
No Cassidy, wild man indeed.
Yeah. I mean, that's a true friend who will do that for you. You would do that for me in that circumstance. I know
would, absolutely. If I was somehow not in possession of, but near your only good pair of trousers and you needed them, I would get them and mail them to you, buddy.
Thank you. I would do the same for you, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate
that. That's sweet. That's a sweet letter. It's the power of friendship and the power of good trousers. The necessity of good trousers, rather. Yeah.
I'm reading the Neil Cassidy collected letters right now, and some of them are wild rambles. Some of them are really deep and self-revealing. And then I came across this one that was just all about the trousers, and I just lost it.
Wild rambles make sense. He was a wild rambling man.
Lord, he was born one.
How old was he when he died?
Gosh, I don't know. I think pretty young.
Did he outlive Kerouac?
This is where we need Swanky V.
Yeah, I know.
To look these types of things
Be like, young Volmer, look it up. Look it up, bro. Next week. He should be back from his weather balloon trip by then.
All right. Cassidy was 41 years old, 1926 to 1968.
When did Kerouac die? Later than that. Way later than that.
Yeah. Kerouac was recording stuff later. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
So. That's what I got for entertainment.
I like
today.
it. That's a good one. That's an interesting one. Just mixing it up. To not mix it up, we have. Okay, so here's the next one. As you know, superheroes are really big right now. So, Marvel Studios has come up with some superhero names they want us to worship. Worship? Workshop.
Worship. Let's build some deities.
Yes, build deities. The superheroes are already deities. They don't need our help for that. But they're giving us some names, and they want to see what we come up with. So, we're Hollywood's #1 think tank at this point.
We really have been contributing quite a bit lately.
Seriously. So we've got the names, and we have to figure out what it is, what the content is.
Okay.
So number one, remember, this is superheroes. Number one is the Dribbler.
Ooh, okay. The Dribbler. I got two thoughts right away.
Okay, I think I know what they are, but please go ahead.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious. First thought is some kind of insane basketball player who uses the power of Waka from Final Fantasy X.
Ooh, that's a deep cut reference for the old nerds in the audience.
Uses his sports ability to save the world.
His weird hair and blitzball skills.
Yeah, blitzball player. That's it. His power of weird hair. And then the other, of course, is
be explicit.
It's like a dog, maybe like a dog man who just drools a lot, or maybe like a llama human type thing, like a llama. Yeah, I'm going with a llama. It's a llama. Okay. And the llama just drools, and the drool is I don't know, acidic, and it just gets really lucky and just dribbles.
Because he's a llama man.
Bad guys.
Because he's a llama man, and llama men, llamas can spit really far. That's one of the things that they're known for.
There you go.
You can just have acid spit.
Boom.
He's half llama, half man with acid spit, or he just uses his spit in some kind of way, And
it explores not only the crime fighting side, the glorious side, but also the personal difficulties of having acid spit. Trying to navigate an intimate relationship.
Yeah, and being a llama man too.
Being a llama man in modern society.
Yeah, it'd be like the Elephant Man from David Lynch, classic David Lynch film.
Right, except this is a superhero film.
Except it's superhero. But, dude, all our superhero ideas end up being kind of dark anyway.
So that's the Dribbler.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think?
I like it. No, I like that. I had some kind of the same thoughts. So it's going to go in the basketball direction, but I like the llama thing.
I think the llama one's the I think that would sell more. I would see that. Do you tell me you wouldn't see that? I would go see
Who would we get to play him?
Who would play the llama? I think it's got to be Matt Damon.
Matt Damon?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just saw him in a movie and he was terrible. I just saw him in The Last Duel. Was not impressed.
All right. Could we get a could we do a post put together some scenes, and make Daniel Day-Lewis the llama?
From previous films because he's retired?
I don't
know. I don't know if that would work. I don't know. We just get Tom Holland. Tom Holland's in everything now. Just get him to play.
There you go.
He'll play multiple. He'll just end up playing everybody in Marvel.
That's great, right? And he'll have a little sidekick played by Eddie Murphy.
No, it'll be Tom Holland.
Tom Holland is sidekick.
It's a mini Tom Holland.
Right. Mini Holland.
Number 2. So Hollywood is apparently trying to diversify. You know that they're all about ethnic diversity these days, but we're also about religious diversity. So, in order to supplicate the Jewish community, who are annoyed that their particular denomination is not being fairly represented in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Because when I think superheroes, I think these Yehudas, these Hasidim.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure about the thing they came up with, but you're the Jew, so you can let us know. Bagel Man.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I thought if anyone was qualified to workshop this particular superhero, it would be you, Pibbles McFish.
Yeah.
And listen, before anyone starts making angry comments, my friend here is actually Jewish, so, eat it. And if you want to send a comment our way, you can reach us at I don't give a wiener at metaverse.com. Care of Mark Zuckerberg.
Care of him.
Yeah.
So, Bagel Man.
Yeah, Bagel Man.
Bagel Man is a Hasidic Jew.
What is that like different than other Jews? I don't know. I don't even know.
They are the ones that you see the typical where they wear the black suits and hats and they got the long curly hair.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
That's the Hasidic Jew. So he's a Hasidic Jew from New York City, from Long Island.
You gotta be, right?
Yeah, he's from Long Island. And one day he discovers this amazing ability to spin. So he puts the bagels loads them up into his curls, like a ammunition.
Right.
And he discovered that he could spin and fling them. You know what I mean? And take down bad guys.
You'd have to carry a lot of bagels with you, though, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe he could create bagels out of something. I don't know. I wasn't sure.
He's just a really fast baker.
It didn't feel like my place as just a non-Jew white boy to ascribe what I thought. So this is purely on you, man.
I'm picturing this guy doing these long flips and flinging razor sharp bagels.
Razor sharp bagels. He puts razor blades in them.
Right, exactly. So that's it. So the origin story is that he figured out he had this ability to do this with bagels, but then he started creating these horrendous weapons that were shaped like bagels. Maybe they even are bagels.
Yeah, they're bagels.
They are real bagels.
Bagel weaponry. Just different types of bagel weaponry.
You got right, and then he separates the different ones.
Exploding
by
bagels.
The exploding ones have the pepper smear on them, and then the razor sharp ones have the lox and cream cheese.
Why?
I don't know.
Just for flavor, in case you actually need to have a snack.
Shrapnel ones that are covered in poppy seeds and real shrapnel.
Indistinguishable.
Yeah.
You don't know what's a poppy and what's a shrapnel. Okay.
I don't know. I think this one might fail. I think it's a little bit bad.
Well, we'll leave that up to you.
Bad idea, Hollywood. Don't make Bagel Man.
Don't matter. I'll go with that. I don't think you should make Bagel Man either. Call me crazy.
Right.
Number 3 is my own edition because I have the power and I shall wield it because it's my show. It's our show.
Wield it. It's unwieldy.
But my pitch is actually the superhero name for you that I came up with many years ago due to your, it's your superpower basically.
I know where we're going with this.
Spatial awareness man.
Spatial awareness man.
Yeah, I don't know if you, I'm sure you have many stories that you could share about spatial awareness. One that's recent that comes to mind.
Oh God, the power of clumsiness, folks.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the short version of the story. I managed to chip pretty significantly my girlfriend's 2 front teeth.
Yeah.
Because she was drinking out of a glass bottle, and I have such poor spatial awareness that I managed to get up and hit the bottle with my knee and break her teeth. Now, we have already gone to the dentist and gotten these fixed on my dime.
Yeah, they better be on your dime.
We went within 48 hours, in fact, and had them fixed. And they look better than ever. But basically, Spatial Awareness Man is a person who has such low spatial awareness that he is so clumsy that he is able to hurt people, his enemies, in ways that they never expected. It's like they were playing
He's not even trying to. He's like
Mr.
Mr. Bean. He just like catches the criminals on accident through his terrible spatial awareness.
If Mr. Bean decided to take up crime fighting, I think he would be a great sidekick for Spatial Awareness Man.
Isn't that what he did? I don't know. Can't remember.
I don't know.
I haven't seen Mr. Bean in a long time.
This is the power of Spatial Awareness Man. I've already seen him injure people like pretty significantly.
Yeah, I mean the amount of like small things where your lack of spatial awareness has just caused things to like spill or break is just tremendous.
It's crazy. The silver lining is that it's taught me to be really like careful. So like if I'm near anything I know is breakable, like even in the same room, I'll like walk a few feet away from it before I like put on my jacket or do anything.
Because you'll just gesticulate and it'll break. Didn't she
Yeah,
give you
totally.
you moved in with her and she gave you something for your desk and you broke it within 2 hours?
Yeah, a little piece of glass art, and yeah, I broke it before I even got to put it onto my desk.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
arranging my desk, and I put all the stuff on the table, and I broke it before it even got there.
Oh my lord. That's not surprising at all. Not at all. 0%. The actual physical injury with the teeth, though, was a new one. That was another level.
I felt so bad. I felt so crazily bad about that. Anyways, if you're listening, babe, sorry.
Yeah. Now you're a treasure.
So,
can we move on?
did Hollywood send any more ideas, or are we ready to go on?
No, that's it. I think I don't think any of those are any good.
I like the first one quite
The dribbler.
a bit.
Dribbler was the best one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think dribbler's something. The camel, the llama, is great. Make him a camel too. Either way,
You could do camel. Maybe I might be even thinking about camels. Maybe camels are the ones that spit. If you know, then leave a comment and $5 below.
Mailbag.
To the mailbag. I want to know the mailbag. Dig around, find some mail. You got any mail for me? Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
I need to look around in here. I'm reading through a few letters. And,
okay.
I want to see which ones are good to share. Why don't you start us off?
Okay. I've got one from B.A. Hudson. I don't know what the B.A. stands for.
Badass.
So now I'm just gonna assume it means big anus. So
Big Anus Hudson.
Big Anus Hudson inquires, what are your top 5 metal bands? Now, this is a tough one because we're big fans of metal here on Wiener Dog Joe. But this question is also very nostalgic for me, and this is why I picked it mostly. Because it was this very question that led to the friendship between myself and Mr. Pibbles. We were at a bus stop, I believe at the Santa Rosa Junior College. And
Junior.
I looked over and I saw this beautiful man with long curly hair, and he had a Decapitated shirt on. And I was like, hey, top 5 metal bands, go. And we've been friends ever since. More friends than ever as time goes by. And
true story, folks.
It's crazy for me to think about this, honestly, because it's one of those moments where it's like, if I had done anything differently that day, if I hadn't gone to class, if I had gotten a ride home, my life would be irreparably different without you. It would be so different. Not only are you one of my best friends, but we've traveled the world together. We're doing this show together. And it's it's the power of coincidence, but it's also, I think, the power of saying what's up to the people around you. If they look cool or interesting or whatever, just say what's up, because you never know. You never know.
True. You never know what type of weird little connection is going to lead to amazing, life-altering things.
Yeah, I wouldn't have the friends that I have. Jeff Casino would not be my friend. Adamus Meyerson would not be yours,
Many things, many connections. Reach out to the people around you,
It'd all be different.
Nowadays more than ever. Positive messages here on Wiener Dog Jail.
But yeah, enough of that stuff. Enough of that floofy nonsense. What are your top 5 metal bands? Top 5 metal bands.
Well, this is something that has changed and evolved over time. Because if you would have asked me when I was younger, I would have listed some death metal bands like Decapitated and a few others.
Disturbed.
No.
5 Finger Donkey Punch.
Donkeys. Llama Punch. That's Dribble Man's favorite band.
Yeah.
But nowadays I'm enjoying a lot more of this more bluesy, slow metal. So here's my list. All right.
Okay.
Here's my list of my 5 metal bands. Black Sabbath.
That's a classic.
Love the Black Sabbath. I gotta go with a shout out to All Them Witches, a newish band from Nashville. Amazing, bluesy, psychedelic metal. Check them out.
They're fantastic. Yeah.
Just saw them live recently, actually, and they are better than ever. Long jams, really cool stuff.
Okay, so we got Sabbath, we got Witches.
We got Sabbath, we got All Them Witches. Number 3 band. This is not in any particular order, by the way. I could never order these.
Yeah.
It's too much to ask.
Same for me,
I'm just going to name them. Yeah. My number 3 I'm going to include is another new band, even newer. And I love these guys. Space Slug.
Space Slug.
Heavy, really psychedelic metal, and I just love the direction they're going. So I'm going to go with Space Slug. It's going to be on there as well.
Okay, that's 3.
That's three. Now, this next one is one that I know we both share. It's going to be on both of our lists. some amazing performers and amazing musicians that have just gotten better and better with time, and that's going to be Behemoth.
Yeah, I knew that. As soon as you said both our lists, it had to be Behemoth. Yeah.
It has to be Behemoth. And then, gosh, it's so hard for me to pick the fifth slot. There's so many bands that could go in there.
Yeah.
God, I mean, 9 Inch Nails could go in there.
I don't know if that's metal.
That metal, right? But I could go with something nostalgic to me, like Pantera. But there's also a lot of the more outdoor stuff that I love, like Devin Townsend, and you could even say Tool.
Well,
so I have to list a few for those last ones.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with Tool.
Tool.
I'm gonna go with Tool.
Yeah.
That's the last one.
Solid pick,
I think
man.
they're just because it's got the nostalgia aspect for me. Tool defined my high school musical tastes, and even though I don't listen to them a lot anymore, God, I have so much respect for them. And
no, you're missing out. I listen to that new record all the time. It's so fantastic.
To it. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah.
Well.
So hit me.
I've got Behemoth. These are all like mostly also just like the things that defined me in high school. Pretty much completely, actually. They're just still my favorites. Behemoth. I know you love these next two. We got Cradle of Filth.
Oh boy.
Ah! The shrieking goblin that is Danny Filth.
Coffee, drinking coffee, tastes like chicken waffles.
Get out of here! Shut up! This is my time. I got Children of Bodom. Rest in peace, Shredlord, Alexi fucking Liho. I have written down here. I don't know if Tool counts, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Because I mean they're just amazing. They're kind of borderline. I think like what B.A. Hudson was asking is extreme metal, and Tool is not that. But I'm including them anyway because they're amazing and they've gotten me through some rough times. And for a fifth one, I just have a toss up between like Blind Guardian and Catatonia. I love all these bands.
Those are great. Blind Guardian, they deserve an honorable mention on my list as well.
Yeah, I can't.
Well,
to be
fair, me and Jammo have spent many years hanging out, listening to music together, playing music together, and so it makes sense that there would be lots of overlap in our tastes.
Yeah, it's true. Well, that was a good one. I like that question. Thank you, Big Anus Hudson. Yeah.
Big Anus.
Write us again. The next one is by Woody Allen. And, oh man, I guess we're really leaning into the Jew stuff today. But he wrote in with two concerns.
Two of them.
The first will not surprise you.
About Woody?
Yeah. The first one will not surprise you, but he's worried that you haven't seen Schindler's List. And that having neglected it for so long, you might get put on the internal Jew list of bad Jews.
Bad Jews?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Pretty sure I'm on that list a long time ago.
Is that a thing? I'm not up on this, but...
Oh yeah, there's a list. It's in Switzerland, and because they're neutral, and they keep a list of all the bad Jews, and they etch it into bronze.
I mean, if anyone would know, it'd be Woody Allen, right?
Yeah,
he's got some power, some sway out there.
Mm-hmm. Geneva, it's a Geneva thing.
So he says you should watch Schindler's List.
Okay, Woody, you come over and watch it with me, all right? And right here in the studio, and we'll watch it together live.
That'd be rad.
Episode.
Yeah, dude, Woody, come on in, and we'll do like a whole thing. We'll do a whole thing.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
You don't even have to. Pay
I don't even know
$5.
what it is yet. We'll get latke flavors in the cappuccino machine.
We'll get the cappuccino. We'll make some Gahuga Fuga flavored cappuccino.
Oh fuck yeah! Once again, my friend is Jewish. Shut up. So the second question Woody has is, so you're a Jew. And your wife is Japanese, right?
Okay.
So that's the setup.
Got that part down. I'm a Jew.
You're a Jew. Your wife is Japanese. You're on opposite sides in the Axis and Allies in World War II. Does she ever get anti-Semitic in the bedroom?
Oh yeah, she calls me a stupid. She beats me.
Oh my God.
Star.
I don't know if we could do that one.
Yeah, she beats me up and makes me wear a yellow star. And makes me tell her my name is Silverman.
Oh God. Oh.
I put on my yarmulke and she rips it off and slaps me in the balls with it.
Oh no.
When I go, Adonai.
Oh. Can we air that?
Let's find out.
Actually.
Audience,
I
let
don't
us
know
what
if
you
we
think.
can.
Was it alright that we aired that?
I have
Let us know in the
I'm
comments.
like holding myself right now. I'm scared. I'm scared of airing that.
Take out the part.
Okay, well, if you stand by this, if you're gonna stand by this joke, I will stand with
by
you.
That.
Okay. And that's those are the letters that I have today. All right.
Well, I mean, I was really honest there. Perhaps shared a little more details than I should have. Sorry, babe.
But you can like record an alternate if you want.
But, no, I'm joking. She doesn't do any of that.
Well,
That's real.
yeah, sure, of course. I stand by you, and I mean, we'll talk about your trauma later off air.
Okay. Thank you. We'll deal with this after.
Yeah,
the show.
we'll do it a little bit after.
Okay.
I'm here for you. But yeah.
Okay.
Now you had a letter for me.
I do here. I finally found it. All right. This is a follow-up letter. This is from Miss Yamtoes. And as many of you will remember, Miss Yamtoes proposed a sort of challenge to Jesse. Oh, God.
Who's that?
I mean, Jammo?
Yeah, Jammo. Or who was that? I was Jimmy Pancakes that time, I think, maybe. Or something else.
Could have been.
Whatever
Spicy
my name
Maloney.
was that week.
Anyhow, and you told her to get back to you with the details of this deserted island that you would potentially be inhabiting.
Yeah,
and how much money
'cause
she was willing to pay you for this.
From what I remember, it was
expedition.
like a very vague plan where it was like, how much money would it take for you to go onto a desert island? And I was like, well,
Right.
what's on it? Like, is there nothing on it? Like, I need details. Details.
She wrote in. She appreciated your response.
I told her to write a treatise.
So
Right?
Yeah, she went ahead and did so, and I have it here. This is, if you are, I wish you folks at home could see, because this is a scroll written on aged parchment, written with a quill pen.
No, it's
all
not.
right, with ink.
Send me a picture.
You're here next to me. Just look.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my God, she
treatise
actually did.
begins.
What the hell?
Yes.
Wow, she took this very seriously, I have to say.
So
it's even
here are the
like
details.
it's even like yellowed with age. It's like old
I
parchment.
know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of calligraphy going on. It's beautiful. So the treatise is thusly.
The treatise is thusly, okay.
The treatise is thusly. Here are the rules, basically. You have to go to this island.
Okay.
Or the question, let me start off by saying, is now, would you go? Yes or no? There's no money involved in this exchange, but I will tell you what's happening. So you go to the island, and on the island...
I'll close my eyes and envisioning this, yeah.
Right. On the island, it's beautiful paradise. Perfect weather, fresh water, fruit trees, easy to catch fish, everything you would need to survive on an island, but no entertainment, no books, no anything.
Okay.
But also on this island is your perfect love of your life, your perfect dream partner here on this island, and this person absolutely is there ready to embrace you and love you and spend time on the island with you. So you have to stay. Here's the catch. You have to stay and survive for 4 years. And then if you do, you get to bring your lover back with you. Would you or would you not go? And if the answer is yes, I should say that Miss Yamtoes is prepared to send you. Like, we're ready for
Well,
this.
that's not the hard part. The hard part is finding my perfection of a mate, right?
Well, she'll be
'Cause,
there.
like,
You don't know
who-
what you'll know. Like, when you get there, you'll be like, oh, yep, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
And
She's
it's just established. Well, we'll just take it as established that like will be true, right?
Yes. Exactly. Trust me, Miss Yamtoes, she has the power and the technology to find your perfect lover.
It's interesting that you know that. Okay.
Match. Yes, I do.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? I've been alone for so long. Might as well. Whatever.
All right. Well, there you have it, Miss Yamtoes.
I mean, like, because that sounds cool, right? It's like you go to a place where it has everything you need, and the level of entertainment is not that big of a deal if you're with somebody that you can make entertainment with. And if somebody is like your perfection, they're like your perfect companion for this like human journey, then that's really like all you're gonna need, right? As long as you have the basic amenities like food and stuff, right? And so 4 years is a little bit long, but if she is perfect and we are perfect for each other, then it's I don't know. It might just be like the greatest time ever. And you come back, you're like, oh God, I have to deal with people again. I would miss movies. I'd miss like movies and music and stuff, but it sounds like an interesting thing to do.
I'm looking at the details here, and it does not say that you cannot stay longer than 4 years.
Right.
So,
I mean, I probably would come back
live
though.
On the island. You could
I mean, who knows, right? 4 years go by with your mate on an island. It's hard to say what your like philosophy of things would be by that time.
Right.
It'd probably be very different. But yeah, after 2 years of COVID hanging out by myself, sounds sweet. Tropical island, awesome lady. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do it.
All right. You heard him, Miss Yamtos. We accept the treatise. We are signing it now in blood.
I'm not signing in blood.
I am.
Okay, you go ahead. You. Yeah, sure.
And so send over the plane to the studios, 1234 Wiener Dog Lane here in Los Angeles, and we'll go from there.
It'll never happen though. That's the thing.
Well, we'll see you in 4 years, Jammo.
Possibly sad, possibly providential truth of things. I don't know. Who knows? Providential.
Indeed.
What's the word I'm looking for? It's not provincial.
Provincial. We'll go with that.
No.
Right. And that's the mailbag for today.
That's the mailbag. Oh, okay. Well, then I think we're done, man. Yeah. With that, we're out of here. Wiener Dog Joe and the Bun in the morning. Wiener Dog Jim and the Bizzle and the Midship. The Good Ship Lollipop in the afternoon. Whatever we're called. Episode number 40.
The big 4-0 in the bag.
In the bag.
It was fun hanging out, drinking this delicious cappuccino.
Yeah. Which one did you go for?
Right now, I'm onto the llama dribble flavor.
Oh, I didn't realize we had that one. That sounds like a bad flavor.
I put it together while we were in the episode.
While you went to the bathroom. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
oh, and it appears young Volmer has landed in the Wiener Dog Joe balloon. So.
Here he is.
Yeah, he's got some cheeses. I see him out there with his little mustache. He will be
he's
here.
Waving. He's happy.
He will be here to research things for us next time if all goes well.
Episode 41.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
I have been Jammo Risin, along with my sexy colleague, Pibbles McFish. And we will return. Peace, love, and hand grenades, you wieners. We love you desperately.
The sausage biscuit requiem has come. The sausage biscuit requiem has come. You have got the cheese, and I have got my gun. Together we dance under greasy moonlight. Hold me close, darling. Make me feel right. Blur, 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 diggy, dear. Cheese and sausage for the masses of the earth. And no, I will not allow you to give birth to the monster of cheese and doom.